Dima Moussa is the Vice President of the National Coalition of Syrian Revolution and Opposition Forces. She joins me now in the studio. Welcome, good to see you. Idlib is top of the agenda here. Just explain why Idlib is top of the agenda and the concerns around a new wave of refugees.
Well, Idlib is the last stronghold of the opposition, and that actually also includes parts of 4 other provinces, parts of Aleppo, Hama, and Latakia. And that's very important, as I said, because it's the last stronghold of the opposition. It also includes a lot, it's very densely populated right now, after waves of Syrians came from other areas after having been forcibly displaced by Assad regime's forced reconciliations in certain areas. And now there's a population of over 4 million people in this area. So if anything happens there, there is a chance for a true humanitarian catastrophe. And also people will have nowhere to go because they've chosen not to stay in Assad-controlled areas. So they will definitely seek to leave that area. And we expect there would be a flow, more waves of refugees from that area.
Now, attempts at brokering a peace deal have failed so far. I think this is the 10th round of talks. What are the chances of success this time?
I don't think the chances of success are any higher than the previous rounds. There is no true interest by the international community still to resolve the Syria conflict. And as we've seen in this round, the U.S. was very clear about not participating. The Europeans are also very absent. And Turkey is left alone to face Russia and Iran that have been very strong allies of the Assad regime.
Now, the U.S., as you say, has chosen not to participate in this round of talks. Does that make the chances of any progress greater or lesser than previous times?
I don't want to focus so much on the U.S. by itself. I want to focus on all those countries that have called themselves the friends of Syria or supporters of the Syrian people. They're completely absent, and that absolutely makes the chances lower of success, of resolving or reaching the peace that we all trying to reach in Syria and through a true political transition.
And when you see the possibility of some sort of diplomatic rapprochement between the US and Iran, what kind of influence might that have some way down the road on these talks or the process of these talks?
I don't think that has had any influence so far. We've seen the US throughout this conflict in the last 7 years go from signing the nuclear deal to withdrawing from it. If anything, it has empowered Iran. When President Obama signed that deal, it empowered Iran more to continue to be more involved in Syria and infiltrate areas in higher and larger numbers. When the U.S. withdrew from the deal, we didn't see any change. So as far as we can tell, that doesn't have any effects unless there are true pressures that are applied to Iran and by the U.S. and other countries as well.
Dima Moussa, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.